Uh, Dr. Garrett, you recently wrote about the remedial math class at Harvard. What is happening there, and why is this relevant? What could lead to one of the most prestigious universities in the world needing to offer remedial math classes?
Well, it's the same sort of ideological takeover that we've been discussing. Now we're seeing at Harvard the effort to be so inclusive that they are dropping standards of rigor and excellence. And this is, of course, disheartening not only for students who are not admitted because they're displaced by students who really aren't prepared to succeed, but it's also troublesome for the students who are admitted that are not well prepared, that are not likely to succeed, or that are going to force courses to sort of dumb down their content and able to help those students get through. So it's a real loss for everyone across the board when a prestigious institution, a highly selective institution, chooses to admit students who are ill prepared to succeed. We have a really robust higher education system that has a place for many, many people who want to learn and grow and improve their station in life. And there are many institutions that students could apply to and could succeed at. But when we see one tier of institutions sort of harvesting ill-prepared students from that are less prepared, that has a cascading effect because not only are those students coming into Harvard ill-prepared, less likely to succeed, dumbing down courses there, but they're going to be extracting students who might have been attending a good state school that now won't be able to attend there, and that state school is going to draw students who might have been at a less selective school, and so it cascades down, creating a mismatch all across the system and really damaging all sorts of people. It's detrimental to the entire educational system and to the students it's intending to serve.
Wow, that's fascinating. Now, I have seen in the news just in the last couple months, maybe, that this is tending to reverse. I haven't heard it about Harvard, but I've heard about a number of universities that the allegation was, or the claim was, is that due to COVID, I guess students couldn't take the standardized test, which I never believed, or they thought the students were damaged by not having full education during COVID. But they stopped taking, of course, the classic test is the SAT, right, to get into college.
You're absolutely right. So we've often seen Harvard using the SAT as a very selective tool to make sure they had the best students. And they would take students who on the math score were scoring in the 700s typically. And then they and other institutions chose to get rid of the SAT during the pandemic, arguing that there was a learning loss. But we actually still see students taking the SAT and we can see the results. And the results are that the highest performing third of students continue to score very high on the SAT. They're still learning with or without supportive high school support. And then the middle tier students taking the SAT, their scores slightly dipped, but it's the bottom tier students who really fell out the bottom and really suffered that pandemic era learning loss. And so while it's very true that maybe a community college would see a less prepared student because of learning loss from COVID, the Ivy Leagues have no reason to make that argument because their students, the top 1/3 of SAT takers, their scores did not drop at all. So Harvard could have chosen to continue taking students who scored in the 700s and who are excellent and well prepared, but they're choosing to take students who are ill prepared for ideological reasons.
This is Dr. David D. Schein. Thanks for joining me for this special edition of Saving America. Remember, a new Saving America show is aired on the Brushwood Media Network every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Listen on any of the 16 network stations, Apple or Google mobile app, Apple CarPlay, TuneIn, Smart Speaker, and all smart TVs. Find more information at the brushwoodmedianetwork.com. Please be sure to join us each week. We welcome and love your feedback from our growing audience.